lot of things you outgrow, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you about. This thing with racism, you know, that black and white thing, it's a myth. People, you dig? But they'll do that for the narrative and then have the ups and downs against black versus white, versus straight, men versus chicks, like the Kamala and Trump shit.
They are the migrants, workers in the sweatshops of the soil, the harvest of shame.
Son, roll a split or two, do what it do, so me and you be high than the giraffe's ass in the Bronx Zoo. I ain't lying.
Word.
Let's go to the myth of the migrants, because it's not to disrespect Brother Nick Johnson, you dig? Man is a man. Word. Is he a player? You know what I mean? If he settled down and all that, cool. He probably was settled down then. But he got the spunk of a player. Yeah, he probably don't even know it. I'm telling you. Word. Straight up. Some people got it, some people don't. Like the person that plugged me in, they're working at that house. Yeah, you got it. You know, Dave, you got it. Some people got it, most people don't.
Word.
Trust me. That's why you bring so much joy and energy to your family, even when they going through the worst and all that shit. And they be surprised when they see us going through that kind of stuff. You dig? Right. Now, the myth and the facts of this thing called migrants. Now, with Mr. Trump, he's talking about building this wall, like F. Donald Trump, all this, that, and the third. Right? Was he right now? I said this before. I don't like repeating myself. You check on the thing dealing with migrants attack NYPD on my previous post. You dig? And it'll show you better than it told you a little bit. But what I didn't do is go deeper into it then, which I should have then. Because the same way brothers talking about, oh, we got whatever nationality migrants doing a run around in the city with Cash Jordan doing that on the camera, right? Then you got Nick Johnson showing this out of town in PA. The so-called Haitian migrants. We all come from somewhere else. That's first of all right? Second of all, which is first of all, who was they labeling migrants? Back in the 40s.
It is not Nyasaland or Nigeria. This is Florida. These are citizens of the United States, 1960. This is a shape-up for migrant workers. The hawkers are chanting the going peace rate at the various fields. This is the way the humans who harvest the food for the best-fed people in the world get hired. One farmer looked at this and said, "We used to own our slaves. Now we just rent them."
What you think? I don't know. And who was the reported in? Edward R Murrow. Alright? So all y'all who went to Edward R Murrow in New York, tap in and do your research on that. You find out he was the reporter talking about the original migrants from Florida.
The Secretary of Labor looked at the migrant plight and said,
I think they're the great mass of what I've called the excluded Americans. They are people who cry out, the workers and their children and their wives, who cry out for some assistance and whose plight is a shame. It's a shame in America.
The president of the American Farm Bureau Federation, the largest farmers organization, says,
I think that most social workers would agree that it's better for a man to be employed, even if his capacity is such as to limit his income. And we take the position that it's far better to have thousands of these folks who are practically unemployable, earning some money, doing some productive work for at least a few days.
this is an American story that begins in Florida and ends in New Jersey and New York State with the harvest. It is a 1960 Grapes of Wrath that begins at the Mexican border in California and ends in Oregon and Washington.
Black people, right? Because that's what we're labeled, right? Just all people. You get a color and say, yeah, those the black, those the white. Hit the like button. Our people know, you dig? And we outgrew that shit. Word. Fucking bigger than something out of a fucking Crayola box.
Word.
We're gonna grow up today. Find out the same shit we trying to say about them, they were saying about us.
It is the story of men and women and children who work 136 days of the year and average $900 a year. They travel in buses. They ride trucks. They follow the sun.
Well, I don't know. It don't look like we'll ever get ahead. I guess we'll just have to keep going. Find something better.
A minister named Cassidy, who works with them, says,
they are just as bad as the slave. Only on name they are not a slave, but in the way they are treated, they are worse than a slave. And somebody has to make thousands of dollars out of his sweat. Is that a slave or not?
Years ago, you see brothers, right, getting on these buses, right, and trucks, right, where they mad deep on the truck. Looking like some slave shit. You're gonna call it like it is because of the setting and how that was post-slavery. It just looked like it picked up right where it left off, and a bunch of niggas on the back of the truck with other niggas trying to get on, looking like rerun, you know, and getting dropped off, and you ready to chase the truck. Watch it.
they are the migrants, workers in the sweatshops of the soil, the harvest of shame.
Migrants is a label that they want to call people that they say don't have American citizenship. So, once they get American citizenship, are they still migrants, or are they just Americans that come from somewhere else? Like most Americans come from somewhere else.
We should like you to meet some of your fellow citizens who harvest the food for the best fed nation on earth. David Lowe talks to Mrs. Doby, 34 years old, mother of 9 children.
Mrs. Doby, what things do you pick up north?
We pick strawberries and cherries.
Who works with you out of this family here?
Everybody except the baby.
Who takes care of them in the field?
Well, they just kindly stay along with us or take care of themselves. The one that can't walk usually stays in the baby buggy.
The only ones that can't say that got it like that, that say they're not migrants, are the ones that were here before Columbus got here. And the descendants of them, which is a lot of us because we come in all colors from black to white. Alright? Straight up. So I got cousins, bloggers, and you wouldn't know it. We related. You wouldn't know. You dig? DNA. You dig? Straight up. My brother in real life. You dig? And that's the way life is. So we gotta cut out this myth about all that shit. And we know we got light-skinned motherfuckers in our family that pass for white and shit like that. And talk about black man is God, and the black man made the devil, and the devil is the white man, and all that shit. Listen to your words, so-called God. Saying, I'm God, and the white man is... Come on, man. You said that you're the creator of him, which means he come from you. Black man, peace.
Everybody doing their ones and twos. Make better plans, make better moves. Spread love to your family, your crew, your boo. The truth is the only thing I'm attracted to. Now,